Hi, I'm Edry from North Decatur United Methodist Church, and thank you for joining me on our journey through Acts. Today we're in the 10th chapter, the first 16 verses, and we're going to be learning about Cornelius, who's the first convert to Christianity. And in these verses, we learn how God gets Cornelius ready for Peter and gets Peter ready for Cornelius so this can happen. We'll start with Cornelius, and we know he was a Roman centurion, so that's a soldier in charge of 100 men, and he has some enslaved people in his household. And we know that Cornelius is a God-fearing person and a charitable man. And even though the Jews would not consider Cornelius a holy person because he's not Jewish, God considers Cornelius worthy of attention and has great things in mind for him. To that effect, 3 o'clock one afternoon, Cornelius has a dream or a vision, and God is telling him to send several men down the road to Joppa and meet up with a man named Simon Peter. And he will be staying with another man named Simon, who is Simon the tanner, and the tanner just means that this fellow tans, hides for a living. So Cornelius has this dream, and when he comes out of it, decides that, well, I don't know what is going on here, but I trust this word from God, so I'm going to send a couple men down to Joppa and find this Simon Peter for whatever. So the men are going down, and they're walking, and from Caesarea to Joppa is going to be a day's journey, at least. So the next day, while Cornelius's fellows are walking down the road, it's around noon, and Peter is in prayer. And the scripture says he's hungry and praying. I can feel for that. And while he's in prayer, Peter has a vision. And this vision is of the Lord letting down something like a sheet filled with all kinds of animals. And Peter is encouraged to eat anything he wants from this array of animals. And the Jews at that time had some really particular ideas about what was clean to eat and what was not clean to eat. And Peter would have recognized some of the animals in this sheet are not on the clean list. But in this vision, 3 different times, this sheet is let down with all these animals, and God says, eat this. And Peter has been saying, no, it's not clean, I'm not going to eat, even though I'm hungry. And God says, paraphrased here, that I have called this clean and good. Who are you to say, no, thank you? So Peter comes to and realizes that there is something to be said for things being clean that didn't used to be clean. So we have Cornelius's men coming down to meet Peter, and they don't quite know why, other than God has instructed this to happen. And we have Peter coming out of his vision, realizing that some things he used to think of as not worthy are going to be worthy. Oh my goodness, what wonderful things are going to be in store. Kind of like now, as we continue our work in equality and anti-bias training and looking at our biases and trying to find another way. And here in the Bible, we have such an excellent example of Peter realizing that what once was is no longer. And I think we are doing the same thing. I hope you're all working with me on this at one level or another. And in this world of Facebook, or however you're receiving this, like this as you're viewing it. And if you have a comment about things being different than how they used to be, this would be a great time to be sharing that in the comments so that we can all encourage one another in making these times more perfect for all of us. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.